Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to Joe's Retro World. Today, I want to answer a question that a lot of people ask me, and it's kind of hard to answer, so I want to do my best, and I hope that this helps you out. But that question is, what is the best retro setup for me? And that is hard because when I started doing all my modding and do my different retro setups from my different consoles, from a regular Super Nintendo just with a little cheap Monte cart, all the way up to a fully customized PS3 with custom firmware, and I got all my games burnt to the hard drive, to a Sega Saturn that I put a disc emulator in it. And all these are great, but they're great because they're perfect for me. So I took the time and did a lot of work. And that's the main question that you have to ask yourself. How much work do you actually want to put into having the best retro setup for yourself? Okay? A lot of people, I'm like, look, this is what I did. It took me, an hour and a half to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to put the custom firmware into my PlayStation 3 and then start downloading the games from my computer over Wi-Fi to it with FTP program, and then I had to figure that out, you know what I'm saying? So I put the work in. Do you want to put the work in? Is this something that you're going to say, okay, look, I've been working 10 hours, I come home, and now I got to spend another hour, an hour and a half to do this just so I can finally enjoy it one day on the weekend when I do have my free time? Okay? So yeah, you have to ask yourself that, because some of these mods, some of these retro setups are not very easy. If you want easy, you can buy one of those Pandora boxes on Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Etsy, even Temu now. Shoot, TikTok be on there selling them. So you can buy one of these presets consoles that are just a little device, and it comes preloaded with games, all your retro games that you want. Now, whether or not it's going to work good or play good, is the chance that you take, because you're relying on someone else to do all the work for you to find the ROMs, when you can search them and you can ask people on Reddit, Facebook, that can tell you where to go find this stuff. YouTube, we're not allowed. We would get in trouble. It's against the law. I can't tell you where to go get the ROMs. I can just tell you, just Google it. That's it. So I figured it out, and I put the hours in to figure it out. And some people are probably going to be like, it's not that hard. Yes, it is. When you have absolutely no idea what you're doing going into this, you need some help. And that's what kind of sucks. A lot of people don't want to get help or give help, and so they're scared to ask. But it is a lot involved. When I got a hard drive, I had to order one, figure it out. Then I had to figure out how to download the special little software so I can format, the hard drive so it can work with the PS2. I'm not all that computer savvy and all that. I had to figure this out. I had to figure out how to drag and click and paste and, look for the correct drive or whatever. So all comes down to how much work you want to do. Some people have a PC, and with PC it's really easy because you can download emulators, and those emulators you just need to get the ROMs. Yes, you have to find the ROMs, but it's pretty easy. If you were to order one of those preloaded devices from Amazon, the SD card literally has all the ROMs, and you can copy that file over and then send it back. You know what I'm saying? And remind you, this is for educational purposes only. I don't condone theft or anything or all that. So, yeah. I'm just giving some good advice. That's all. But, yeah. You can have either a modded Nintendo DS XL, one that allows you to play every single one of these games on here off of an SD card. You can even buy, there's even one of these where you can make it to a multi card, y'all. So you can play all your games on there. But if you just soft mod it, you can mod it to where it can play games off the SD card. And then you put emulators and you play, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, everything on here. I got a beautiful new Nintendo 3DS XL right here, Galaxy Edition, that I have fully modded. I play every single Nintendo 3DS game on here, every single Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx. It's just awesome. But I put the work in. The key thing here is I took the time to do all this. Then again, this is something that you can basically do over a couple of hours. Take your time, watch a YouTube video. You're already here, you're watching my video, and just Google it, and it says how to put homebrew on the Wii, how to jailbreak at 3DS. That's it. And this is free information. It's perfectly legal to do whatever you want to your device in the privacy of home, as long as you're just not trying to profit from it. Yeah. But it's fun to have a hobby. Hobbies are perfectly okay as long as you're not growing stuff in your house and making meth or whatever. But stuff like this, y'all, look, it is fun. It's fun. And you don't know if you can do it until you try it. Okay? So if you want the ultimate retro setup, you can make it yourself with various consoles, because if you jailbreak a PS3, you can put RetroArch, which will allow you to play all the, I think it's like even PS1 and down games. I think they've been working on getting it to play Sega Saturn games. I'm not too sure. I haven't been up to date with my RetroArch, but it's a great little software to put on various devices. RetroArch can go on a lot of different things, because you can have OPL, with your little, I got an OPL memory card, and this allows me to play all my games off a hard drive or SD card on the, or USB stick for my PlayStation 2. But I can also upload Super Mario, Sega Genesis, all those. You got emulators that you can load onto the OPL. It's really cool. Yeah. The PlayStation 1, I don't have nothing for that now, but I'm pretty sure they do got something for it to where you can play all the games of the PlayStation 1 on there. And then one of the easiest way to have an ultimate retro setup to where you can play all the games that you ever want is to get original hardware like I have here with my Sega Genesis, but then get one of these multi-cards. And this is a Critz Mega EverDrive X7. And yeah, they're kind of expensive, but they're totally worth it, because you can have every single game available on that system. And for the Sega Genesis, it's backwards compatible with all the older Sega Genesis, consoles, from the Master System to the Mark 1, 2, 3, all of them. And if you get the Mega EverDrive Pro, the newest version, which is, I don't know, kind of crazy expensive, but you get to play all the Sega CDs, Sega 32X, I believe, is able to be played on there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can play 32X games. Yeah. And then if you move over to your Sega Saturn and you're using a Fenry Duo like I am, which is pretty cheap, you can even get, they even have that SIO, little card now, to where you can put your SD card up in here and play all your games off of that, just from that, without even modding your Sega Saturn. And that's pretty cool. I wish I would have known that before I spent the money on the Fenry Duo, because I do have some hard copy games of Sega Saturn that I really enjoy, but because I'm on it, I can't play the physical copies. So, yeah, I do miss it, y'all. I really do miss it. I enjoy having every single game on the SD card, but I do miss it. Now, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a retro setup and you want a CRT, you can get a Wii. And with the Wii, you can soft mod it, put the homebrew channel, put all the emulators on there, and you can play the Wii, GameCube, PS1, and every single console down from that. It's crazy, yes. Every other console, Atari, ColecoVision, whatever you want to play, It's there. There's an emulator for it on the homebrew channel, and it's still good. It's still going. There's up to date ways to do it. To me, the Wii is the best because you can use composite. You can even do a little adapter for the HDMI, switch it over to 480p, and boom, it shows on your monitor screen. It's not going to look the best because its course is being stretched out and upscaled and all that, but it's still pretty, y'all. It's still pretty. It still allows you to play every single game. But I put in hours to upload different games, different emulators, to set it all up, get it nice and going. I made videos showing where I did all that. And I love it though, because now here I am with Guilty Gear playing in the background, for us, all looking all beautiful. The Xbox goes to sleep, so it gets dark. Yeah, I gotta go touch the controller, wake it back up. all right, I'm ending this video. Now, the other thing that's very important is, are you gonna play these on a CRT TV? Are you gonna try to find one for free? Because depending on where you're at, if you're in Europe and the other countries, it's very difficult to find these CRT TVs. Here in America, I basically found the big one in the trash. This one I paid $400. That one I got for free. I have some other ones that I got for $40. But yeah, it's easy for us in the United States to find them. Some of the other upper states, it is more difficult, but you can still find them, okay? Do you want to deal with the space? Because they need space. As you can see, this takes up a lot of space. They're heavy. You're not moving it by yourself. My wife helped me move Big Bertha right here. Yeah, she helped me, yeah. This Ikigami, it weighs 80 pounds. And when you move it, it's really heavy. 80 pounds doesn't feel heavy until you pick it up. So, are you willing to move it and move it around and have the space for it? Are you willing to deal with a lot of imperfections that are going to show up on the screen? CRT TVs are old. They're obsolete technology, okay? They're not going to look their best. Unless you go in there and do something or they were very well taken care of, they still have age on them. They still have hours, okay? It's been 20 years, y'all, all right? My TVs are all from 2004. All the monitors, crazy. I even think that one is from 2004. I'm not too sure. I gotta look again. But it's weird how that was my year. So, yeah. Taking all those considerations, if you're gonna play on a flat screen, you gotta understand, unless you're using some kind of upscaler, if you're using a PC or even a Mister, and a Mister's great. Man, I forgot about a Mister, y'all. Mister allows you to play on monitor screens, helping to upscale the game so it looks really good on a monitor screen. And recently they just added the features to be able to play composite and component, even VGA. So if you got a computer monitor like I got over here, I'll be able to play VGA at 480p. So if you got those Dreamcast games or even some of the Xbox 360, games that take HDMI and VGA also. Xbox 360 is crazy how it does all that. I really love the Xbox for that. But yeah, y'all, there's all kind of opportunity. Let me see what else. I'm trying to remember everything, y'all, because when you start down this, I suggest that you focus on one thing and get that. And if you're only gonna do it in a small section just for you, I will go all out and get the best of each thing. Okay? If you want that TV that you had as a kid, look for it. Facebook Market, eBay kind of sucks because it might be expensive, but if you look hard enough, you'll eventually find some good deals. Offer up, you know what I'm saying? They're always there. Drive around, meditate, say I see it. I predicted I will find a CRT on the side of the road. Okay? I know it's crazy, but it works. All right? keep thinking, keep positive. You got to think positive, all right, y'all? But yeah, getting the ultimate retro setup is really difficult when you don't know what you want exactly. And it's just so many different ways. But like I said, how much work do you want to put into it? A little or a lot? I suggest putting everything into it. Because in the end, you're going to be happy and satisfied. I get to come in here and literally be like, wee. Yeah, I can just come here. And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bragging. It just, I worked hard. So should you. Go out there. Find what's right for you. Pandora box already set up for you. Or a computer where you download everything yourself. You can even do it on your phone. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do is best for you. Okay? All right. Till next time, peace and much love from Joe's Retro World.